D&D can allow for big, beautiful worlds filled to the brim with personality and character. So let's talk about which monsters you can punch in the face. Adventurers, gather around because I've got a monster that you're going to want to beat into the dirt. Meet the Veggie Pygmy. Now. I know what you're thinking. Veggie what now? But don't be fooled by its cutesy name because this plant-based creature is anything but innocent. In fact, it's downright annoying. These little green bastards are only about 3 feet tall and have just about 9 hit points, but what they lack for in size and strength, they make up for in sheer obnoxiousness. They screech and yelp in high-pitched voices that make your ears want to bleed, and they're always popping up out of nowhere to try and stab you with their pointy little spears. And if that's not bad enough, they also have the ability to shoot poisonous spores at you from a distance. Pew, pew. So yeah, you're definitely gonna want to punch these things in the face. But here's the catch. They tend to travel in packs. So while one Veggie Pygmy might not be much of a threat, a whole swarm of them can quickly become overwhelming. My advice? Keep a close eye on your surroundings and make sure to bring some area of effect spells, because trust me, nothing feels quite as satisfying as watching a group of Veggie Pygmies wither and die under your righteous fury. Are you ready for a monster that will make you feel like you're fighting a giant, slimy, tentacled horror straight out of a Lovecraftian nightmare? Then look no further than the Frog Hemoth, a colossal beast that is the stuff of adventurers' nightmares. This amphibious creature can grow up to 50 feet tall and has a terrifying array of abilities to, crush, grab, crunch, and swallow its prey. With its powerful tentacles, it can grapple multiple creatures at once, rendering them helpless as it brings them closer to its gaping maw. But that's not all. The Frog Hemoth also has a sticky tongue that can use to grapple and drag its victims closer, making it nearly impossible to escape its grasp. If you're unlucky enough to be caught in its jaw, you'll be subjected to crushing damage that can easily take you out of the fight. And if you thought that was bad enough, the Frog Hemoth also has the ability to swallow creatures whole, leaving your fellow adventurers scrambling to rescue you from its stomach. It can emerge from the water without warning, and its massive body can easily block narrow passages and choke points. But don't worry, with a whopping 184 HP, you'll have plenty of opportunities to punch in its ugly face. So after the Frog Hemoth, you think you've got what it takes to go toe-to-toe with the worst that D&D has to offer? Well, you might want to think twice before you mess with the Quasi. These little fiends may look harmless, but don't let that fool you. As a shape-shifting imp with a smug and annoying personality, the Quasi loves to taunt and tease adventurers. Am I being facetious? Absolutely. But that doesn't mean that these little fucks don't deserve to be punched. They can change their form to appear as a harmless animal or even as a humanoid, so be careful who you trust during spooky season time. And their magic kit is a little unreal. With the power to turn invisible and the ability to fly, they're a slippery foe that's really hard to pin down. Plus, they have the nerve to attack you with their tiny little claws. The good news is that they only have 7 hit points each, so they're pretty punchable and destroyable by that nature. Just make sure you don't underestimate them, or you might be in for a surprise. Fun to play as a DM though, you just get to mess around with everybody. Now, when you hear the word Roxas, you might think of something exotic and mystical, but in D&D 5e, these guys are nothing more than smug, conniving assholes. These deceptive kitties have a knack for appearing in positions of power or influence, manipulating their way into control of kingdoms or cults. Rakshasas are shape-shifting fiends that can take on the form of any humanoid creature, so good luck figuring out who your enemy actually is. But that's not even the worst part. Rakshasas are immune to spells of the 6th level or lower, so say goodbye to your favorite magic tricks. They're so tough to take down too, with resistances to cold, fire, and lightning, as well as immunity to non-magical weapons, meaning they can only be hurt by silver or magical attacks. But let's not forget their standard form, a tiger-like humanoid with claws that can shred through armor like tissue paper. And if that wasn't enough, they can turn invisible at will, which makes them even harder to hit. The cherry on top, though, they have regeneration, so if you manage to hit them, they'll just heal right back up. Ugh. Can't they just be, fight fair for once? So yeah, when you come across a Rakshasa, don't hesitate to give them a good punch in the face. They deserve it. Alright, so we've talked about some pretty badass monsters, but let's take a minute to appreciate the weirdest one of all, the Flumpf. These jellyfish-looking creatures are the epitome of what the heck is that thing with their rainbow-colored bodies and tentacles. But don't let their odd appearances fool you. These guys are surprisingly useful. The Flumpf is a lawful good creature that emits a psychic aura of calm and peacefulness and will only attack in self-defense or to protect other creatures. In combat, it has a few tricks up its sleeves, such as its telepathy, which it can use to communicate with creatures within 60 feet. It can also release a cloud of noxious gas to incapacitate foes or emit a burst of psychic energy to damage them. But perhaps its greatest asset is its ability to detect lies and evil intentions, making it a valuable ally in navigating treacherous social situations. And if that wasn't enough, the Flumpf has damage resistances to fire, lightning, and poison, as well as immunity to psychic damage. So, sure, they may look silly, but the Flumpf is actually a pretty handy ally to have around. And an ally, especially a good one, deserves a good punch in the face every now and again. Wow, whew, my fist hurts from all this skull bashing. Oh, but while you're here, why don't you go ahead, like, subscribe, and punch that notification bell. Or go ahead and check out some of our other 5 monster videos over around here. Go ahead and click them, though. They're good. Bye.